Jeepers, Mitchell, you got a right kick in the Áras, so you did.
Look, Sean, I was very poor growing up, so it's no surprise I got such a poor result.
That Michael D needs a good box.
Oh, come on now, in fairness. He didn't do anyone any harm. Why would you want to give a little fella like that a good box?
Well, he'll be okay meeting shorties like Sarkozy and the Queen, maybe.
Oh.
But when it comes to tall leaders like Obama, well, he's going to need a good box.
What are you going to do with yourself now, Sean?
I'll show up at launches and parties. I'd do any party except Fianna Fáil.
True.
You might say I would show up at the opening of an envelope.
Oh, for God's sake.
Ireland, Áras, the Emerald Isle. Here we are in a little country with a big history, where a little man gets a big vote, and in a little while he will move into a big house, and we'll all have a little bit of fun at a big, big celebration in the Áras. Welcome to Green Twee.
You may introduce me now, Mr. Vice President.
Okay, quiet please, quiet. Now, as Vice President of Ireland, it's an extraordinary honour for me to welcome you all to Áras on Uachtaráin to officially celebrate our new President-elect, Mr. Michael Twee-Higgins. Well done, Michael Twee. I've always looked up to you, know.
My word, Minister Howland, you are very small indeed.
I put the booster seat in the Merc, Michael.
So kind. Thank you, thank you.
A speech from our President-elect.
I am so pleased to be here in Áras on Uachtaráin for my victory party. Where is my box to stand on? I can't see anything from down here.
Michael, you have to be presidential. These outbursts are not allowed.
Wait, look at me down here.
Get a grip of yourself.
I am a president, not Darby O'Gill's plaything.
Just carry on, Mr. President.
Dionysus and Hephaestus. Oh, shag this. I just want to get stoned. I've been waiting for months. I got some great Colombian stuff from a shinner.
Mr. President, give me that joint immediately.
I need it for medicinal purposes.
Mr. President, repetitive cannabis use can affect the memory.
That's the first I've heard of it. Anyway, what was I saying? Menotias and Prometheus.
I can't take any more of this, Brendan.
We've 7 years of it tarnished up.
7 years? Why did McGuinness have to open his stupid mouth?
I know.
We would have settled for second place, like we always do.
I think we just get wasted here.
Excellent idea, Moan. I'll have a glass of stout and a mug of warm milk.
Mr. Feckin' Excitement or what?
My word!
This old house gives me the shivers.
Well, it is the festival of Halloween. Ifahauna, festival of the
We get the point, Michael Twee. Just go on.
At Áras on Uachtaráin, as the winter nights close in and Halloween approaches, ghosts from the past are never far away.
Look at them, Dev.
Yes.
Look at them down there, celebrating in Áras on Uachtaráin. My Áras on Uachtaráin.
Well, Charlie, I can't see anything without my glasses.
Gallagher, a disgrace to Fianna Fáil, hung for $5 grand.
Oh.
It was $5 million to be some respect about it.
I hope at least the Irish press stood by him in his final...
How often do I have to tell you? It closed years ago. You're dead, Devil Air. I'm dead. Let's just go down and scare the bejesus out of them.
How, Charlie, how?
In my case, I'll let out a big roar. You just have to stand there and it'll be enough to frighten the crap out of them. Are you ready?
Okay. Well, are you frightening them, Charles?
No. This is far too scary for me. Come on, let's get out of here before it's too late.
What is it, the Black and Tans or Michael Collins?
Worse, Michael Twee is about to read another feckin' poem.
Worse, Dana is about to say mass.
Get me out of here! Biffo is about to sing, suffering Mary of magic chords. With longing for the lakes of fountain dreams. Is there any free drink in this thing, lads?
Amazing, he still has it. Careful, brain!
Oh dear, that was so.
If I had one, we'd been firing guns into the air by now. What? I mean, if we had guns. Right. Has anyone seen Michael Twee-Higgins at all?
Yes, he's raiding Macalese's fridge. He's got the manches.
Alright, yeah.
What on earth is that ghastly noise?
Oh, that's just Mary Davis taking her makeup off. Very good. Yeah. What the hell?
How are you, fellas? I have to say, that's the smallest toilet I've ever been in. Mind you, for the 87 of us Mitchell children, it would have been a veritable mansion.
Bless you all, friend.
Donna, how did you sneak up on us like that?
I thought before we'd start, we should have a prayer.
I don't know why you're suggesting that. You never had one, Donna. They say that Michael Twee will even stand for a second term.
Yeah, on the box.
It will be a big day in Dublin Castle in 2 weeks' time when President Higgins is inaugurated. I wonder what the weather will be like. Let's ask Jean Byrne.
Welcome to Uachtaráin. Well, there was a lot of rain today. A lot of puddles to contend with on the roads, which we more or less predicted a little while ago. Well, we can be certain about the outlook for the coming days. I would advise investing in an umbrella given the downpours we've witnessed over the last few days. I'd also suggest digging out those wellies from the summer music festivals, given the weather we've endured. This evening we believe the weather will move in from the west, and that by early morning there will be weather in most of the country, but mainly in the west. During the day the weather will move east and north, so that by early evening there will be weather in all parts of the country. Most weather will be in the north and northwest, though there will be outbreaks of weather in the east, chiefly in coastal areas. The outlook for the rest of the week is for weather almost everywhere, with scattered weather and weathery patches in places. Good evening.
3, 2, 1, and off the air. Thank you, Jean.
I don't know if they'll buy that crap.
I doubt anyone heard a word, Jean. Here's a dressing gown. You better go get dressed. You'll catch your death.
Bye.
Meanwhile, in the West Wing, Mike Murphy is doing a big interview. Another downside to the property crash.
Yeah. Well, hello, Bertie. And what are you doing here at the party?
Well, Orson, Uachtaráin, should be rightly mine if it wasn't for that shower.
And who are you going to blame this time, Bertie?
Actually, I was going to blame the showers, the shower of showers, like the rain. I blame the weather.
I beg your pardon?
Well, it's like this.
Right.
If the weather weren't so bleeding poxy in this country, we'd have no need for feckin' houses. We'd all be running around in the nip, surfing on Dollier and eating coconuts. Therefore, there'd be no need for a housing boom that made a total priory hall to the whole country and led us to this, an awful period of rectal fistitude.
Oh, I heard that, Bertie, you filthy demon.
Anyway, rectal fistitude. And I'm getting blamed for it by Joe Pubic.
Public, surely.
Yeah, them too.
Mind you can hardly blame the weather, Bertie.
Bleeding right I am. Jean Byrne and that crowd up in Met Éireann, or Wet Éireann more like. It was them who cocked the whole thing up. Them and Joe Higgins, of course.
Right, Joe Higgins. How can you blame Joe Higgins now?
I don't know, but I'll be looking up every feckin' tree in North Dublin until I find a feckin' reason. Poxy weather. There'd be no floods or Moriarty for that matter if it wasn't for the poxy weather.
And why not?
Let's have a look inside the drawing room now, where we'll find some skeletons in the closet. Donna?
May the Lord have mercy on your eternal soul. Be gone, ghosts. Be gone in the name of God.
Let's get a taxi into Le Concardie, damn. This is doing my head in.
It's closed to call.
Christ, the country's gone to pot since I left it.
Oh, way to go, man. Way to go.
For God's sake, Dr. Phil, will you get Ming out of here?
Right,
Letting the whole thing down. What are you drooling at, Faruqa?
It's for Rajkar.
Whatever.
I think I could be dreaming, Zishak.
What?
Barack Obama and my personal hero, Queen Elizabeth. I didn't know they were being invited.
Of course they're invited. Everyone who's anyone is here. I've been there anyway, done that.
Oh, my goodness.
Get a grip, Dr. Leo. You've only the one change of suit.
Yes, Fader Lynn. Yes, Fader Lynn.
Uachtaráin, agus a card, yeah.
Tá me ag forum na gael.
Not bad.
Jerry,
That's improving.
can you help me here? Are they saying something nice about me for a change?
Knee cap him, Martine. Knee cap him.
Come right again, let's take him. This is worse than getting 4 votes in Roscommon.
I say, is that a gun in your pocket, or are you just glad to see me?
You haven't gone away, you know.
All right, don't panic, folks. I'm not just an honorary Irishman. I'm the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the greatest nation in the world. I'm the guy with the finger on the button. I can sort this thing out. Is Federlin. Is Federlin. What the?
Oh, for feck's sake! That was the sprinkler system, you big idiot, not the nuclear option.
Damn. Sorry, everyone.
Help! I'm wet! I'm soaking wet!
Who are you telling, penguin?
Is Federlin. Is Federlin.
Narrator.
What are you doing here, Paul?
I was invited, like.
Well, behave yourself now.
Narrator, I don't really understand this compromise rules thing. Could you explain it to me, please?
Well, there are no baseball bats.
What else?
That's about it, really. Anything goes after that.
Oh. Turn up the Áras wireless there, narrator. Let's get the latest from down under, like.
Well, after all the disappointment of the Rugby World Cup, where we hoped for big things, didn't happen. I remember how we all felt when Thierry Henry handled the ball and we didn't make it to the Soccer World Cup. And how down we were when we didn't make it through the Cricket World Cup. Well, I've just been told in my headphones that we can now claim to be the best in the world in at least one sport. Right now, I'm about as wise as ye are, but there's someone on the line now, I'm told, with the details. Who's that?
It's Kevin McStay here, Des, that's for sure.
Oh.
And the great news is that we've beaten Australia and we're now officially the best in the world at compromise rules.
Compromise rules.
We thrashed the Aussies, now we're number 1 in the world at the game, that's for sure.
And Australia are presumably number 2.
That's right, Des.
So who's number 3 in the world, Kevin?
It's a very bad line, Des.
I said who's number 3 in the world?
Nope, you're breaking up on me, Des.
There's no number 3, Kevin, is there?
Sorry, Des.
There's only 2 shagging countries playing this stupid thing.
Suppose so, Des.
This place is getting worse every day. Are we that bloody desperate? Compromise rules.
Des.
A made-up game.
Goodbye, Des.
Right, well, here's the made-up sports news, right?
Move on, Des.
Monaghan Town have signed Carlos Tevez, and Meads have appointed Jose Mourinho as their new manager.
Just leave it, Des.
And Ireland, no!
Let it go.
Ireland are to take on the United States in a new game, which is a mixture of hurling and baseball, called hurlball.
Okay, cut him off, lad.
Elsewhere, Mario Balotelli is to run for
Just drop
president
it, Des.
of the FAI.
In the presidential library, the nerds are crunching numbers and treading the planks. Enter my favourite broadcaster, Pat Kenny.
Well, I'm joined here at this fabulous party by political pundit Noel Whelan.
Well, I'll be the first to admit that I might have got this one wrong, Pat.
Yeah, of course, that would be first for you, Noel.
But as someone myself who has never had any connections with Fianna Fáil,
really?
I'd like to say that I've never even had a nodding acquaintance with my old friend, I mean Sean Gallagher.
Sorry?
In fact, to the best of my knowledge, I've only ever bumped into him once in the lift on Mount Street. Maybe less than once.
You're just absolutely hopeless, Noel. I mean, where are the fine political pundits of old?
Yes.
How I miss them.
It's just, there's ghosts here everywhere, Pat. I mean, look, there's 2 more over by the punch bowl there.
Don't be ridiculous, Noel. I mean, that's the great John Bowman and the professorial Brian Farrell.
It's Bowman here in 1 with the results now coming in from the 99 count in Ballydehop. Everything hinges, Brian, as we know.
But John, I think you'll find the election count is long over.
Not so, Brian. You might remember the 1918 general election, which they split 50-50, and on the 122nd recount...
but in the 1845 Westminster election, which of course was held under the colonial first-past-the-post system...
I know that,
The Irish party took 99.9% of the vote.
Oh yes, my word, that was a very good one, Brian, wasn't it?
Yes.
But who exactly's won this election, Brian?
Haven't a clue, John. Now we go back to that cliffhanger count in the snap general election to Grattan's Parliament in 1792.
I just want to let Noel Whelan in here, Brian.
Well, I just want to say that I don't mind admitting that I once shared a house with Grattan. Indeed, I go so far as to call him a personal friend.
Right.
That doesn't mean I can't be perfectly objective in my analysis.
Now here's a good one, Brian. 1991, I think.
But there was no election in 91, as I recall.
No, Brian, it's not an election. This is a vintage plonk.
Oh.
A rather fine Lynch badge for my private collection.
Well, that's more like it, John.
These counts just seem to go on forever.
Windbag Eamon Dunphy is on his way to the party in the park.
Alright, slow down there now.
Evening, Sergeant.
Welcome to Áras and Uachtaráin, sir. Name, please.
Garda, do you not know who I am? Because I seem to have forgotten.
You know, you've been driving in a very erratic manner on the way in there, sir.
Yeah, my driving is quite sexy.
I said erratic.
Yeah.
Anyway, are you aware of the new blood alcohol limits down to 50 mil?
50 mil? I can afford that. I'm worth as much as that useless girly boy Ronaldo.
Sir, are you aware what this is?
I certainly am, Garda. It's a bag. It reminds me of Ronaldo, the useless handbag.
Sir, blow.
No, I don't touch the stuff. I was just having a few convivial pints with my old mucker Shane McGowan and Lily.
Look, I'm going to have to ask you to step out of the car here, sir.
But I'm going to the party in the Áras at Shane.
Right, you listen here now. Blow into the bag right away.
Okay.
Good big breath now. That's it. Oh, well. I'm just figuring out exactly who you are.
Oh, God.
I'm looking here at the big bag of wind you're after giving me.
Yes.
Dunphy, isn't it?
That's right.
You're looking for the Áras, is it?
Yeah.
Off you go then. First left and keep going straight, alright?
Thank you, Garda. It's great to know that you're doing your duty.
Nice.
Yeah.
Some clown.
Hey, Sergeant.
Yeah.
Sergeant.
What is it, Gav?
You know you're after sending him up towards the line enclosure in the zoo.
And I know that, son. But that beast needs to be tamed. Oh, yeah.
It has been rather a grey election for Fine Gael. The Penguin Mitchell will forever be known as Mr. 6%.
Pile of shite.
God, Dr. Phil, it really sticks in my craw to have to hike out here to the Áras and be nice to everyone at the frickin' party.
I know. Look at them all, acting as if they own the bloody place. It's sickening. Sickening thing.
Gobshite, Graham Mitchell made a right fool out of me.
Well, that wouldn't be too hard now, would it?
None of your lip now, or I'll put you down the back of the class along with Dr. Leo.
Sorry, Taoiseach. Sorry.
Oh, well, at least I got a chance to try out my new off-the-shoulder Versace ball gown that I picked up recently. And matching briefs, I have, you know.
I haven't changed mine since Wednesday.
Wished? What in the name of Michael Collins is that?
I don't know, Taoiseach, but it's only 2 days to Halloween, you know, there's all sorts of noises and stuff.
Let's move to a different room, Dr. Phil.
Alright, come on.
Wait for me. Hold my hand tighter.
Jeez, you're an awful sissy.
My dream is of an island filled with the sound of happy maidens and athletic youths.
Yera, would you ever stop that stupid nonsense, O'Queeve, you big Luther man, going forward?
That wasn't me Hall a store.
What?
That's the ghost of my grandfather.
Ghost?
Going backward.
What are you talking about, you idiot?
Feast of Samhain.
What?
When all sorts of strange, ghoulish creatures come back from the dead to haunt the political class.
Oh God, they're coming!
Don't be afraid, me Hall. Me Hall.
They're a pathetic bunch nowadays, Dev. Fianna Fáirs dropping like flies.
They've done a fine job in the house, Charlie.
But if this was a real Gandon mansion like Concealy, we'd be dining off the fat of the land.
And riding her tube.
I think this is where they keep the safe. Jesus, boss, how are you doing? I didn't expect to see you here. I thought you were dead. Not half as dead as your presidential ambitions are. Hey! And to think I once called you the most cunning, the most devious of them all. Right.
What's going on in here? Is someone talking about me in here? Huh?
Get out of here, Hogan. This is for the Charvet shirts, not the blue shirts.
Jesus, they're all coming out of the woodwork. Even Albert Reynolds is here as well. Back from his grave.
I was just saying this place would make a great ballroom. I could really send them home sweating from here. They'd soon be rocking the suspensions on the backs of Ford containers from here to Granard. This could be the Áras land, Now you're talking, Albert. The Áras land. I love the sound of that. Try again. I said to myself as I came across the Samuel Beckett Bridge. Oh, how I failed better. Somebody pour a bucket of water over that big ferry, would you? What? I don't want him lifting any of my Charvet shirts. You dirty pumpkin.
Some, however, can see victory even in defeat.
Okay, lads, what's going on here?
Marty, it's a kind of cohorting us from the party. Of course, it's a pity we don't have real guns anymore, but you know yourself.
Lads, I have to say, I'm absolutely touched.
Are you sure it's not Norris who's touched? But you did us extremely proud, Marty.
Well, I enjoyed it, and mind you, they were fairly calling me names and making false allegations.
And what was that, Marty?
They were calling me heartless and callous and devious, and calling me a murdering so-and-so and a terrorist and things.
I know, but you were saying they were making false allegations.
All right, let's hit the shots. Let's hit the shots, lad.
Okay, take it easy, Slab.
Of course, not everyone in political life has been obsessed with the presidential election.
Oh, Minister, Minister, may I have a word? George Lee.
Well, you can have several words, George. I'm always happy to bullshit you.
Has a deal been finally reached?
Well, after long negotiations, it has been agreed that Germany will take over the Austrian currency. And possibly the currencies of Poland and maybe Belgium and Finland and a few other countries as well.
Well, that really is a big move. How is it going down around Europe?
Well, as a matter of fact, the French have waved it through. The Italians are all for it as well. I gather the Dutch are pretty much against it though, George. And the Hungarians aren't mad about it either. But the Brits like it. I heard Cameron say it'll bring peace and stability in our time.
But what about us, Minister? What about Ireland?
This has nothing to do with us, George. No. We'll stay well out of it, thank you very much. See how the wind blows. It worked before, it might well work again.
Oh, brilliant. You don't happen to have the price of a pint on you, do you, Minister?
But you do, George. On that big fat RT salary of yours.
Too true. No, Mr. Vice President, it's been a very long day.
President.
I think you're very tired. It's time for your beddy buys.
President, can I not stay up late, please? Please, Mr. Vice President.
But it's well after 9 o'clock. And I have your special Seamus Heaney duvet on the bed.
Hooray! Can I listen to my CD of Heaney's greatest hits?
Well, not all 15 CDs, just the one, Mr. Vice President.
But I won, didn't I?
Yes.
I'm president now, aren't I?
Oh, for goodness sake, get under the covers, will you? Silly president.
Such a tired president.
There.
Night, Mr. Vice President.
Good night. Oh, yes?
Don't forget to put the candle in the window.
Oh, for the immigrants?
No.
No?
Because I'm afraid of the dark.
Oh, Sleep well, Mr. Vice President. 40%. I'm ever so proud.
And so Halloween is nearly upon us. My friends and I can dress up as ghosts with white sheets and scary white hoods. And as Áras and Uachtaráin welcomes Michael Twee as the 9th president, the ghosts of political past will once again get away with murder.
Happy Halloween, green Twee drinkers.